Quiet people are often misunderstood. They're labeled as weak, shy, rude, antisocial, or even arrogant. In a world that celebrates loud voices, fast reactions, and constant talking, silence is usually seen as a flaw. But psychology tells a very different story. In reality, quiet people are often mentally stronger, emotionally deeper, and more self-aware than most people realize. Their silence isn't emptiness, it's awareness. Their calm isn't weakness, it's control. In this video, we'll explore the psychology behind quiet people, why they think differently, why they're often misunderstood, and why their silence is actually a powerful strength. 1. Quiet people observe more than they speak. One of the biggest psychological traits of quiet people is observation. They don't rush into conversations. They don't speak just to fill silence. They watch, they listen, they notice. While others are busy talking, quiet people are analyzing tone, body language, facial expressions, and emotional shifts. They pick up on details most people completely miss. Psychology explains that observation requires mental energy. Quiet people naturally direct their energy inward, toward understanding people and situations, instead of outward through constant expression. This is why quiet people often understand others better than they're understood themselves. Their silence is an absence of thought. It's presence of awareness. 2. Silence is a sign of deep thinking. Quiet people think deeply. They don't just process information on the surface. They analyze meanings, intentions, consequences, and emotions. Before they speak, they think. Before they react, they reflect. This deep thinking is why they may take longer to respond, not because they're slow, but because they're careful. Their words usually carry meaning, not noise. Psychologically, deep thinkers prefer internal processing. Their minds are constantly active, even when they appear calm on the outside. That's why quiet people are often misunderstood as empty or boring, when in reality their inner world is incredibly rich. 3. Emotional control is their hidden strength. One of the strongest psychological traits of quiet people is emotional regulation. They feel emotions deeply, sometimes even more deeply than others, but they don't let emotions control their actions. Instead of reacting impulsively, they pause. Instead of exploding, they withdraw. Instead of arguing, they reflect. Psychology shows that emotional control is a key indicator of mental strength. People who can sit with discomfort, manage their reactions, and choose their responses are far stronger than those who react instantly. Quiet people don't lack emotion. They manage it, and that control takes strength. 4. Quiet people are often misunderstood. Society rewards loudness. Confidence is confused with noise. Leadership is confused with dominance. Strength is confused with aggression. Because of this, quiet people are often overlooked or underestimated. They may be judged as weak simply because they don't compete for attention. But psychology warns us about this misunderstanding. True strength doesn't need constant validation. True confidence doesn't need to announce itself. Quiet people don't prove themselves through words. They prove themselves through consistency, reliability, and depth. Unfortunately, many quiet people grow up believing something is wrong with them, simply because they don't fit into a loud world. But the truth is, the world needs more quiet strength, not less. 5. They feel more, but show less. Quiet people often experience emotions more intensely. They feel sadness deeply. They feel happiness quietly. They feel pain silently. Because they don't express emotions loudly, others assume they don't feel much. But psychology suggests the opposite. Many quiet individuals are highly sensitive and emotionally intelligent. They absorb emotions like sponges from environments, people, and experiences. That's why they need silence. That's why they need space. That's why they retreat. Silence becomes their way of processing emotions that would overwhelm others. 6. Quiet people are comfortable with being alone. One powerful psychological strength of quiet people is their relationship with solitude. They don't depend on constant social stimulation. They don't fear being alone with their thoughts. While loneliness can hurt anyone, quiet people often use solitude as a place of recharge, reflection, and creativity. Psychology explains that people who are comfortable alone tend to have stronger self-identity. They know who they are without needing external approval. Silence becomes a mirror, and quiet people aren't afraid to look into it. 7. They choose their battles wisely. Quiet people don't argue over everything. They don't feel the need to prove a point to everyone. They don't fight for validation. Psychologically, this shows maturity. They understand that not every misunderstanding needs correction. Not every insult needs a response. Not every disagreement needs a winner. Their silence is often a conscious choice, not avoidance, but wisdom. They save their energy for what truly matters. 8. Quiet strength is rare in a noisy world. Silence stands out. Quiet people often become leaders without trying. They earn respect without demanding it. They influence without forcing. Their presence feels calm. Their words feel intentional. Their actions feel grounded. Psychology shows that people are naturally drawn to those who are stable, composed, and thoughtful, even if they don't realize it. Quiet strength doesn't seek attention, it attracts it. 9. If you're quiet, there's nothing wrong with you. If you're someone who stays quiet, feels deeply, thinks a lot, and prefers observation over expression, you're not broken. You're wired differently. Your silence is not a weakness. Your depth is not a flaw. Your calm is not emptiness. You don't need to become louder to be valuable. You don't need to change to be accepted. The world may be loud, but strength doesn't have to be. Conclusion: quiet people are mentally strong in ways that often go unseen. They observe more, they think deeper. They feel intensely, they react wisely. Their silence is not absence, it's presence. Their calm is not weakness, it's control. If this video resonated with you, remember this: you don't need noise to have power. You don't need volume to have strength. Sometimes the strongest minds are the quietest ones. Subscribe to MindPeace for more deep psychology and mindset content.